What's up? What's up, Solar Family? How are you guys? What's going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Just give me a minute, guys. Just want to check to make sure that everything is working on my end, that you guys can hear me, that you guys can see me. Let me know if once you guys are logging in here. Let me know if you guys can hear and see me, please. Just want to make sure. Just type in yes if you guys can see or hear me. That'd be awesome. Just want to make sure that everything is working. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Looks like everything's working on my end. Hopefully, you guys are doing amazing. I just want to chime in really quickly this morning and answer any guys' questions. You guys have any questions? And again, every single day I'm going to be live with you guys. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, make sure that you guys put it in the chat. Or if you guys miss this live training and you're watching me on a replay, just write it down on a piece of paper or whatnot in your notebook. Join me live tomorrow. I'm live every single day, and go ahead and ask your questions there. Okay. But if you guys want a better way to get a hold of me, right? Make sure you also book your solar strategy call, right? At solarstrategycall.com. Myself and my team literally set 30 minutes aside to answer any questions that you may have. Okay. So again, if you haven't booked your solar strategy call, it doesn't matter if you're just getting started or you're just looking into getting into solar. You're like, you know what? I'm in different sales right now. I work for a car dealership, or I'm in IT. I'm hearing about the solar thing. There's a lot of buzz about the solar thing. And you want more information to see if solar is a good fit for you. Make sure that you book that solar strategy call, right? Solarstrategycall.com. And actually, I almost forgot. I have the link for you guys for SolarCon, right? I have the link. I actually just got it yesterday. Let me share it with you guys. Okay, give me a minute. I totally forgot about it. So if you guys haven't planned on going to SolarCon this year, make sure you guys go. It is in April. So basically, it's on Earth Day, right? I think it's at the end of April. Let me give you guys some days in April. I think it's on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd that weekend. But you guys can actually go to the website. Go to the website at. Let me just grab this information. Hold on, okay. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna grab this information for you guys. And by the way, as you guys are tuning in, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. That'd be awesome. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I might be able to just grab it in the website. I'll actually post the website here. Where'd it go? Okay. Let me just post the website here, and I'll give you guys a code. If you guys use this code, you guys are gonna get 50% off. But again, it's very limited time, right? Okay, everybody, make sure that you purchase your tickets as soon as you can. There's the link to the website, and here's the code. Okay, everybody, here's the code. It's let me look for it. Sun Coach. Okay, Sun Coach. SUN. Let me type it in there as well. Sun Coach. Okay, there it is. There it is in the chat. Make sure that you guys use that code, the promo code. You guys are going to get 50% off the tickets. And again, make sure you guys purchase it now. Excuse me. Make sure you guys purchase it now. That link is only good until I think February 1st. So we have, or you have maybe a week and a half or so to purchase your tickets. Okay. And when you guys are there, keep an eye out for me and say hello. Say hi. All right. Again, make sure you guys click the link, attend solarcon.com, and Sun Coach is the promo code. Okay, everybody. So share it with your colleagues as well. Share it to folks in the office, actually share it to with your manager, and have all those guys and gals attend SolarCon. Okay. All right, everybody. Is that cool? So again, if you guys have any questions, the intention or the idea of these live training for you guys is to plug in live every single day. And if you guys have any questions regarding the industry, whatever questions you guys may have, I would love to answer them here for you. Okay. Yesterday we talked about NEM 3.0 and how to sell solar out there in California after NEM 3.0. And I honestly feel there's a few options, right? There's a few options. Options are great, right? The first option is adapt to the new NEM 3.0. Obviously, in California, they're not going to be seeing this significant amount of savings right up front. So meaning that you have to sell with value, a whole lot more value than you would normally have to do in California, because you can sell energy savings and savings all day long in California because there's such a big energy savings, right? Because the electric bill, the kilowatt hour is so high in California. But since NEM 3.0 is going to be in place on April 14th, that's not going to be the case anymore. Okay, homeowners are still going to save money, not as significant as they are saving in NEM 2.0, but now you have to really, really, really sell value. Okay, and if you're selling outside of California, you already know how to sell value, right? In California, it's totally different. It's a different pitch because there is a significant savings there. So again, the first pivot is, you have to really sell value. You have to stress the value of going solar, not just the energy savings, but the whole entire value. Secondly, if you just can't stress the value to the homeowner and you're having a heck of a hard time selling solar after NEM 3.0, because you're just because you were selling by the energy savings, and now it's very difficult for you to sell solar because you're having a hard time selling value. The second option is you take off. You leave California. Okay. I leave California, you go to a different state. But again, it's just one of those things that if you can't sell value in California, you're going to have a heck of a hard time trying to sell value, like in Texas, for example, because in Texas, for example, there's not a immediate upfront savings from the homeowner. Okay. California is a totally different beast because there's such a significant amount of savings right up front for the homeowner. So it makes it a no-brainer for the homeowner. Okay. But when you step outside of California, then you get a little shocked that a lot of times it's literally selling value and it's more like a bill swap. Okay. So if you can sell bill swaps all day long outside of California, say for example you're in Texas or Florida or all these other markets where it's more like a bill swap, meaning that they're currently paying $200 a month in electric bill, they're paying $200 a month with solar, but they see the total value of going solar, then you can do amazing selling solar in California. Okay. But that's another option. It's like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and go to a different market. I'm literally going to physically move to a different market. The third option is what I recommend is learn how to sell solar virtually. Because at the end of the day, no matter what happens in one particular state, right? Say, for example, and I'm not saying it's doom and gloom in California, right? That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to use this as an example. For example, if for whatever reason, if you're just selling in California and that market is just totally flops, it just doesn't make sense, right? To go solar for homeowners now. If you're literally only selling in one market and you don't know how to sell deals virtually, you're pretty wiped out at that point, right? You literally have to physically move. So enable for you to not move, enable for you to really secure yourself, you need to get ahead of the curve, okay? Because I'm pretty sure you're hearing this a lot. Learn how to sell virtually. Learn how to sell virtually. You have to really understand that this is where the direction of solar is going eventually. If you're getting the right coaching, the right mentorship, that's the direction that they should be coaching you. And that's the kind of mentorship that we offer at Solar University is, hey, don't get me wrong, door-to-door works, right? Door-to-door works. That's going to be the starting point of your career, depending on your finances, depending on your budget, okay? But most of the time, that will be the starting point of your career. And then from there, we create an exit plan out from the door, right? So you don't have to do door-to-door anymore. That exit plan can be 6 months down the road, a year down the road, but at least you have an exit plan, okay? But again, I can't stress this enough. If this doesn't just apply to California, and obviously applies to California sales consultants even more right now is if you're not learning how to sell solar virtually, if you're not reaching different markets all over the country, then you're literally shooting yourself in the foot and you're setting your business up for disaster. Okay. Because now you're literally pigeonholed in one state, and it's really volatile right now. There's a lot of uncertainties right now happening in California. Don't get me wrong, the solar movement is going to continue in California, but just to have a peace of mind that you have other markets to sell in. Okay, you have other markets to sell in once you learn how to sell deals virtually. Okay, it's really, really critical. Hey, what's up, Luis? You're very welcome. What's up, Mr. Charlie? How are you, man? Absolutely. Money to savings is just a cherry on top. I love that, Charlie. It's the cherry on top. Okay. What happens is in other markets like California, for example, and I'm not just picking on California solar reps, right? You guys are a beast out there. This is happening throughout the industry. A lot of consultants, because they don't know how to sell value, they're literally only selling the energy savings. That's it, right? Locking in your rates, so that never goes up ever again. Yes, that is part of it, right? But there's other value to going solar, not just saving money. Okay, for example, as far as property values going up, right? Obviously, locking in rates, tax credits, tax benefits, right? Owning your own energy eventually, right? There's other benefits to going solar, not just energy savings. And what happens is you can't just rely only on energy savings. So if you're pitching just energy savings, then your close rate is going to be fairly low, right? Especially what we talked about, the last few days here. If you don't have the 4 pillars, right? The 4 pillars of solar sales mastery. If your sales conversion rate is less than 50%, pillar number 2 is automation. If you don't have automation and helping you leverage automation to help you close deals, you're going to leave money on the table, right? 3 are leads, right? Where are you getting those leads? Are you doing door to door? And if you are doing door to door, what is your exit plan from the door? And then the 4th pillar is a wider reach of installers. Okay. And it goes in this order. It's in chronological order. It goes in this order, right? And don't fumble it around all over the place, right? Because at the end of the day, the reason why it goes in this order. So the reason why pillar 3 is leads, right? Is because we want you to have all these systems in place first. We want you to be a high closer. We want you to have automation in place, because if you just focus on the lead, I hate to use my middle finger. If you only focus on the leads right here, the 3rd pillar, right? And that's all you're focusing on. And a lot of consultants that we jump on the solar strategy calls with, we ask them, hey, what are you struggling with the most? And it's leads, right? And I honestly feel it's not a lead problem. It's a lead management problem, okay? Because if you know how to manage your leads, if you have like a solar pipeline to help you manage your leads, you're staying on top of mind with homeowners. You're not leaving money on the table. So for example, if this was sales and your close rate is not at 40 to 50%, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. It's not a lead problem, okay? Again, think about it. If you're not closing 40, 50% and you get leads and you think this is the problem, where you have all these other things that you have to set in place first as a foundation. If you start getting leads, guess what? You're going to start burning those leads because you can't close them, okay? Because obviously you want to be able to have a high close rate. So you're sitting down with less homeowners to close a certain amount of deals. So for example, I'm going to use an example, okay? If you sat down, if your goal was to close 5 deals a month, okay? 5 deals a month, and you're going to see how significantly more you would need if your close rate is really low, okay? 5 deals a month. That means that if I want to close 5 deals a month, I only have to sit down with 10 homeowners, okay? 10. That's sit down, it's 10 scheduled appointments that I sit down with, I close 5, okay? So imagine if my close rate is 10% and my struggle, which I think it may be, are leads, right? And I'm like, I need leads. The only thing I need is leads. I'm killing in this game. So imagine if your close rate is at 10% instead of 50%, you have to do 5 times more work, meaning that you have to sit down with 50 homeowners, 50 homeowners. That's sit down appointments to get 5, rather than a high closer that sits down with 10 that closes 5. Does this make sense? Because a lot of people don't quite understand their conversion rate, and they're lying to themselves. Okay, they're bragging over there in social media. They're bragging to their colleagues. I'm a 50% closer. I'm a 100% closer. And in reality, it's literally you're just hurting yourself. You have to be real and true to yourself and understand that it may not be a lead problem. It may be your conversion rate problem. That's why pillar number 1 is sales. That's why you need to be a 50% closer. That's why we can help you in Solar University to get there. Okay. It's just like when I used to play golf, right? I need to get back and play golf. I started watching these TikTok golf videos again. So when I used to play golf and when I first started, okay, and I've been guilty of this. And if you play golf, I know you've been guilty of this as well, right? So you're playing with your buddies, playing golf. I started out playing the par 3s first, right? Some short little courses. And, we're out there at the tee box, woo, whack, right? Goes way to the left, right? Just freaking, I just hook it way to the left in the tree somewhere, right? And then now I'm in the trees, right? Imagine this is the par 3. Now I'm in the trees. I hit it the second time, clack. And I hit another tree, right? I'm still in the trees. So my third, remember, just a par 3, meaning that you have to, and able to get par, you have to only hit it 3 times, okay? Now I hit it the second time. I'm still in the trees, right? Hit another time, back. I missed the ball. Right, I mean, barely hit the ball and I shank it, and I'm still in the rough, right? So my 4th hit, bow. Now I'm closer to the green. This is my 4th time hitting it already. Okay, I'm like maybe 10 feet from the green. Now I chip it on, boom, fifth hit, right? Now I'm like maybe 10 foot away, and a 10-foot putt, you hit it in, boom, right? Now this is your 6th times hitting this ball. Okay, if you guys understand golf, the idea is totally opposite for like football or basketball, right? You want to get the less amount of hits possible. You want that number to be as low as possible. So if it's a par 3, that means that you should only hit it 3 times to hit par. But now I hit it 6 times. I hit it in there, and we're walking back to the golf cart, going to the next hole, and guess what you say to your buddy, right? Because they ask you, hey James, they're taking a score. Hey, what'd you get? Oh, I got a par, bro. Right? I only hit it 3 times. And it's the same exact thing when I'm lying to myself. Okay? You're lying to yourself because you're only doing injustice to yourself by not coming up with an accurate number. So I can't stress this enough, right? Hopefully you guys understand this. Though, who cares what everybody else is doing? Focus on your results, track your numbers. That's why pillar number 1, you have to be a 50% close rate. Okay. You don't need anything else. Don't even buy leads at this point. Right. And I hate to say like, don't knock on doors, but obviously if you're knocking on doors, that's going to be the most expensive lead that you are generating because you're using your time for that. Okay. So I'm not even going to say don't knock on doors. Obviously you have to knock on doors. While you're knocking on these doors, make sure that you're training, you're role playing, you're recording yourself, you're training with your spouse, your dog, your cat, whatever that may be, to really level up and make sure that you track your numbers. Okay? Track your results and track true results. Right? Track true results, because what happens is a lot of folks, we lie to ourselves, just like I was lying to myself when I was playing golf, right? Oh yeah, it was a par, right? It was supposed to be 3 hits. When I hit it 6 freaking times, and the only one that's not going to do any justice is myself, because now I don't know how to improve. Okay? Because if I feel like I'm always getting a par, even though I hit it 6 times and I'm not true to myself, I don't know where to improve. So start tracking your numbers every time you sit down with a homeowner, right? Every single time, take a moment after you sit down with them, go in your notebook and write down the things that went well and write down the things that didn't go so well that you can improve on. And the things that went well, you just continue to do more of that. And the things that didn't go so well, fix that and start correcting it. But if you're not tracking yourself, if you're just lying to yourself, okay, because you ain't lying to anybody else. If you're just lying to yourself, then you're not going to get any better, okay? And I can't stress this enough, right? You have to really be true to yourself so you can get better. And that's why pillar number 1 is sales. And that's why I honestly feel that Solar University, our coaching, our training can help you get there. Because it's not just like, I'm just going to pitch, the energy savings. Oh, this homeowner is going to save $50 a month and they're going to just lay down and sign this thing. Doesn't happen that way. As much savings as they can save in California, right? They're probably saving 30, 40, 50% right out the bill, right out of the gate. They're not selling solar like hotcakes, right? Consultants that don't know how to sell value right, and only sell energy savings, it's not flying off the shelf for you. Even if there's so much value there as far as energy savings, right? But you need to understand that there's more things than just saving money. Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? Just type in yes, whether you're watching this in a replay, watching this live. Just type in yes if that makes sense to you. Okay. Awesome. What's up, Tori? Awesome. And again, if you guys haven't booked your solar strategy call yet, make sure you do that. Solarstrategycall.com. I also posted the link there, right? That's for SolarCon. Attend solarcon.com. I'm not making any money, right? I'm not part of SolarCon. I'm part of the solar industry that I honestly feel that anything that can work and help you, even though we're not monetizing from any of these things, like SolarCon, for example, I want to share it with you guys because I know it can help you. Okay, make sure that you guys go to SolarCon. SolarCon, it's April. All the details are there. I already posted the link. Make sure that you guys use my promo link so you guys get a discount code, right? I'm not getting any cuts from that. It's literally because I want to help you guys. I asked the team of SolarCon to give me a link, and I'm going to promote it to you guys, okay? So, and again, share it with anybody that you know. Anybody that's in the solar industry, they should be at SolarCon, okay? Use that link, use the promo code so they can save some money, okay? And again, there's no affiliation for me there. I'm not monetizing. This is just a free plug, okay? Because I honestly feel if I support something, regardless of whether or not we're going to monetize from it, it's all good. If you guys can benefit from it, whether or not we monetize from it, I'm going to promote it, okay? Just a heads up. Hey, what's up, Dylan? How are you, man? Good morning, Tori. Good morning. So again, this live training is for you guys, right? And I apologize, there's really nothing up there right now. I'm in the dining room today. We just moved back into this house. We were renting it out for a year, so we're still putting everything back up again. But yeah, so this training is for you. I'm talking to you, okay? So this training is also for your colleagues. So make sure, right? This is not the time to be selfish, right? Share this channel, James the Solar Energy Expert, or if you can't remember that, right, just type in James Solar Sales or Solar Sales and say, hey, keep an eye out for that Asian dude. And when you see the Asian guy talking about solar, subscribe to his channel so they can get notified every single morning when I'm live. Okay. I want to do this for you guys because Solar University wants to be a small part of your success at the end of 2023. And I'm going to go live every single day with you guys, every single day, and answer any questions that you have. And I'm here to help you guys, right? Don't be ashamed. No question is a dumb question. Just ask the question, okay? Literally, this is a free training session for you guys. People literally pay us thousands of dollars for our training, for our coaching, for our mentorship. And I'm literally giving it to you guys absolutely free during this training. Does that make sense, everybody? And with Solar University. Robbie's asking what company are you with? Solar University, SolarCon. My CEO, Jake, will definitely be there representing. Is it Domi? Is it Domi? Is that the company you guys are representing? Robbie? Awesome. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Domi, are you talking about Jake Hess, or are you talking about a different Jake with SolarCon? What's up, everybody? So again, this is for you guys, right? So today I want to talk about, I kind of talked about it already, just having that wider reach, right? Pillar number 4 is having a wide reach of installers. Okay. So you may love the company you're working with locally right now. Okay. Locally, or they may not just be local. They may service like 1, 2, 3 states. But again, there's probably 30 states right now that's viable for solar. And if your company only services one geographical area, maybe just one city, one state, or maybe 2 or 3, that's cool. But you have to have a wider reach of homeowners. Okay. The reason being is there's a lot of people, homeowners, families moving around like musical chairs, right? Uh, all over the country. So for us personally, we moved from California. We're out here in Dallas now, right? We're in Texas. So if a consultant sat down with me and I'm gonna move forward, I'm moving forward with solar, and they ask me for a referral. And again, that's one thing that you guys aren't asking enough is a referral, right? And they're asking me for a referral, and they say, hey, you know what? Do you know anybody out here in Dallas, homeowners that may benefit for solar? I'm gonna say no, right? Because I literally don't have any. Well, we have one friend. I'm lying to you, but just pretend I don't have, I literally don't have anybody here. I may refer one person to you, but I know a whole lot more people in California. Okay. So again, it's just one of those things that understanding that you need a wider reach of installers because there are so many people moving around all over the country right now, and they may not have referral for you in that particular city or state that you're in because they're a transplant from another state. But when you have a network of installers all around the country, it doesn't matter where that network is at. It could be in Alabama, Oklahoma, Arizona, California, or all the way down the other side of the country. If you have an installer, it's all good. And that's the power of virtual sales, right? Just as long as you have an installer with that lead that you get, and it doesn't matter. You could be in California and you get a lead in Oklahoma. Just as long as you have an installer in Oklahoma, you're still going to be able to close the deal and you're still going to make money. It's not like Oklahoma, their currency is pesos, right? And in California, for example, you sell in California, their currency is dollars. It's still dollars, just a heads up, guys. For somebody that's living under the rock, in Oklahoma, their currency is not pesos, right? It's dollars, meaning that it's equivalent to what you're making in California. Yeah, you may not be able to sell it at $1 per watt margin, right? But keep in mind, if you're in California, your margins are probably $1 a watt, somewhere around there, right? You sell a 6 kilowatt system, you're making $6,000, which is cool, which is amazing. System sizes in California are a lot smaller. And you're saying, well, I don't want to go in that market because I'm not going to make that much. I'm only going to make like 50 cents a watt, right? Like 50, that's it. It's going to be half of what I'm making now. But you also got to understand, if you don't sell outside of California, the system size outside of California, like Texas and Oklahoma and some of these like Florida, the system sizes are double. So if you really think about it, it's equivalent to what you're making now at $1 a watt and then some. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Yes. Tori, are you still going to sell in California once NEMT? Absolutely. Absolutely. If we get leads in California, or when we get leads in California, those leads are still going to be sold, right? Because we're gonna obviously pad it with a battery. I honestly feel that you're not going to be able to get a 100% offset without a battery. We had a good training about this a couple of days ago. If you guys didn't go, SolarCon through a training about this. It was really good. And once I get the link, I'll share it with you guys here as well, right? Because obviously it's not going to be the same anymore, right? The lay of the land in California is not going to be the same anymore, but it's not necessarily a doom and gloom type of thing. It's going to weave out the people that don't necessarily know how to educate homeowners about the total value of solar. Those are the folks that's going to be struggling. So if you're already selling value and a homeowner is moving forward because of the value that you share with them and they understand the value, then you have no problem. You're literally going to continue business as usual. But the people that just sell, oh, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, you're going to save $50 from SDG&E, right? Every single month. Those folks that don't know how to sell the total value, unless they get more training, get more coaching so they can sell more of the value going solar, they're going to be hurting, okay, in California. But at the end of the day, it's going to be business as usual. If you're already selling value, it's all good. You got nothing to worry about, right? It's just adding maybe 1 or 2 additional batteries, doing a little bit more work in the front end, analyzing their data, right? Analyzing the data. And I don't want to dive in deeper about this because I'm not the person to dive into the technical aspect of how to design the system. But basically what I've learned is you have to understand like their usage and when they turn on certain devices. For example, when they come home at 5 o'clock, are they turning on the heater? Are they turning on the AC? And what is the load? Because if you're putting a battery on the system, you have to understand when is that load being, when is the maximum load? Because when you turn something on, that's when the load, that's when the appliances pulls a lot of load. That's when there's a peak. So you need to understand when are those loads being used And then from there, you can design a battery around that. Okay. Sorry, guys, my dog's barking. But again, it's business as usual. So Tori, that's a really great question. So for those of you guys that's already selling value, you got no worries. I mean, no worries whatsoever, right? My boys are starting to wake up. All right, guys. Jake Fulmer. Okay, cool. Right on, Robbie. Hopefully we see you guys over there, man. I'll check you guys out. What do you guys do, Robbie, as far as you guys' products and services? What do you guys do at Domi? Awesome. Dylan, what's going on? How are you? Awesome. Yeah. So you guys have been, so Dylan said they've been experimenting outside of Zoom, other than Zoom. So we've been experimenting with Skype. It seems to work really well. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Skype or even Google, right? That works too, right? Google Meets, or is it Google Meets? Yeah, Google Meets. I use Zoom, right? Because the thing is, I've been using Zoom forever. Even during, well, let me back up. Not during our consultation. When we owned the energy consulting company, we were using GoToMeeting that back then. So we literally were doing online meetings 10 years ago when we owned the energy consulting company. Okay, this is nothing new, but a lot of people don't quite understand or don't believe that you can sell something online. Okay, that you can sell solar online. And I totally understand, because I didn't believe it either until I took coaching and training and had mentorship and learned from people that were already doing it, which is totally understandable. That's why it's really critical for you guys to understand as well. It doesn't matter what market you're in. You could be California, Florida, Oklahoma. It does not matter what market you're in. The most important thing that you guys need to understand is learn how to sell solar virtually. Okay. If you guys aren't doing that now, again, there's probably a lot of people telling you guys this, or there's even a lot of people discouraging it, because at the end of the day, they're not doing it. Because if they're doing it, they'll be encouraging you to do it. Okay. Think about it. If they're doing it, they're encouraging you to do it. Obviously, they're not doing it, so they're going to discourage you from doing it. But learn from folks like us from Solar University. That's why you should book a call, solarstrategycall.com, and learn how to sell solar virtually. Get ahead of the curve. I can't stress this enough, everybody. Here's a secret to your success. You ready? Put your ears a little closer to the speaker. Learn how to sell solar virtually. Okay, that's the secret. Learn how to sell solar virtually. Okay, that's the secret. Whether you take the advice or not, that's on you. But learn how to sell solar virtually. Okay. All right, everybody. I just want to have a little fun. Okay, guys. It's kind of awkward with me just talking like in the video all day. Okay. And normally this would be a Zoom. Then I can see you. Then you can say something back. But now I just gotta talk the whole time, right? So, but at the end of the day, again, if you guys are getting value, whether it's just humor, it's all good, right? It's all good, everybody. You can't be too serious, right? It's like at the end of the day, man. And woman. When I say man, it's everybody. Okay, I just heads up for the folks in California, right? Anyways, you gotta have some fun sometimes. Okay, it's at the end of the day, we can all make money. You could be doing amazing. You can have all the materialistic things that you want, but if you're not having fun and you're just miserable, I mean, what's the whole purpose of it all? I mean, just have fun with it. It's not that serious, right? Obviously, when we're speaking with a homeowner, you want to be as serious as possible, okay? Because I know there are some jokers out there, and they're just true, natural, humorous type of folks, right? But sometimes you're gonna have to learn how to turn that off for a little bit, be serious, because keep in mind that you are selling a high ticket item. It could be 50,000, 150,000 or more. And some folks are funny as heck, right? And sometimes they don't know how to turn that off. You got to turn it off sometimes. You got to learn how to turn it on and off. Okay, everybody? Do you have a top 5 utility company to work with? All the ones in California for sure. SD, SDG&E, SC&E, PG&E. Those are 3, right? APS, W1. I don't know about even Duke. I mean, as far as like California, I mean, there's a lot of, as Texas, there's a lot of co-op programs out here. So it's really hard to say, because what happens is, when you venture out of California, Okay. And this is a lesson for me too. When I started selling outside of California, because I started practicing what I preached. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go sell online. I'm gonna sell everywhere. Right. I'm gonna sell in 27 states. You're gonna find out outside of California is a totally different market, right? There's co-ops after co-ops after co-ops. It's not cut and dry like California, where you have a few major utility companies and that's it, right? And unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way, right? You just got to venture out. There's really no good utility company, right? It's just like if you go to Arizona, there's definitely APS. Texas, they're all over the place, right? They're all over. There's a lot of co-ops because it's deregulated. But as far as the market, like New Mexico is a good market. Idaho is a up and coming good market. Certain parts of New Mexico is a good market. Arizona is definitely a good market. Texas is a good market. Florida is a good market. Oklahoma is an upcoming market. Georgia, not so great right now, right? Obviously, it's an emerging market, but they're not saving a lot of money in Georgia as well. I mean, it's definitely hit and miss in certain parts of Georgia. But it's just one of those things that, understand that it's not necessarily a utility company. In Texas, it's all co-ops, right? A lot of co-ops, a lot of them, Energy Ogre and all these other companies out there. But like I said, once you venture out of California, that's when the real deal happens. You know what I mean? Co-ops are normally golden. Awesome. The provider is non-profit. Everyone I have ran across gets buyback. That's awesome. As they can not show a profit. Cool. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for the heads up. Hey, Bruce, you're selling in Texas? Are you selling in Texas? Charlie, whisper to homeowners, 15-minute can save you on your electric bill. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Awesome, Bruce. Awesome. Not in Texas. Okay, cool. You're selling other co-ops then. So yeah, so when you venture out of California, I mean, you're gonna see just like what Bruce is saying, there's co-ops out there, right? You're gonna have to manipulate different co-ops or work with different co-ops. The commissions on co-ops are not much. Where do you sell at, Lewis? Are you in Texas? Where are you selling at? Again, if you guys haven't registered yet for SolarCon, make sure you guys do that, right? I think the promo code is Solar Coach. You guys can scroll up to the top of the chat. Use the promo code so you guys save you guys money. Awesome. Awesome, Lewis. I'm in your hood, brother. I'm in your hood, Mr. Lewis Flores. Awesome, man. That's awesome. But the folks, right? The folks that's selling outside of California, I mean, when you step in California, I mean, you guys are probably killing it, right? Killing it. EFW, awesome, man. I'm in your hood, brother. What else you guys got? What else you guys got? We're literally making so much content right now with Solar Pipeline, right? If you guys haven't checked the Solar Pipeline is a software that's to help you build, grow, and scale your business. Whether you guys are looking for installers, better installers, pipeline management, leads, website, appointment setters, they're all housed in Solar Pipeline, okay? Sun Co-op, awesome. Thank you, Bruce. You're the man, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Lewis said, have you made your solar strategy call ? It's free and it's a game changer. Yeah, thank you, Bruce. Thank you, man. I'll see you in the office later, Bruce. No, I'm kidding. Bruce doesn't work for me, right? Just a heads up, guys. He doesn't work for Solar University or Solar Pipeline. That's an unsolicited shout out, right? Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, man. You added zeros to my payout. Loving it, man. Loving it, Bruce. What's your email address? I can send you an invoice, brother. Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome, man. And the idea is, okay, Bruce, you brought this up. You brought up a good point, Bruce. So Bruce said here, I'm an independent contractor that works alone and love it. Okay. that works alone and love it. So with Solar University, that's something that we give you options as well. Okay. Because ideally, and I don't want to say ideally. It depends on you. It depends on how you want to set up your business. Okay. For me personally, and I'm just going to use me personally. I've worked for a boss for 13 years. I used to work for Toyota Management, right? I flew back and forth to Japan. The business was amazing. Working there was great. The hours were horrible, but it was fun times, right? Management was horrible. I was in management. Let me take this back. My bosses were horrible. It's like go, 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 pound you, pound you, pound you. Meetings after meetings, meetings after meetings. You're not hitting this. You're not hitting that. Yelling and screaming all the time. So when I transitioned into the energy field, right, my wife and I opened up an energy consulting company, and I told myself that I don't want to work for a boss anymore. So I'm with Bruce, right? And this is for me personally, and depending on how you feel, then you set up your business how you want to set it up, okay? So again, let me repeat this. You set up your business how you want to set it up in solar, meaning that there's two options, okay? There's two options how you set up your business. And I'm not talking about virtual sales. Obviously, there's other options there with sales, right? I'm talking about the structure of your business, not how you're selling solar, the structure of your business. So the structure of your business, there's just two things that you can do. One, traditional, meaning that you work for a traditional company, right? You go to meetings, you have a boss, right? And you're basically working for a company. Number two, right? Option number two is what, like Bruce said, you work alone, you do it yourself, right? You're the one-man gang. You're the sales organization, even if it's yourself. And within that organization here, option two, you can either continue to work with yourself, motivate yourself, plug into trainings like this, plug into Solar University, plug into our community, right? Because we're not your boss, you're independent. And then from there, you create structure for yourself. You create the structure whether or not you want to have reps, right? Sales reps, maybe manager, maybe you want to have some sort of hierarchy there, right? Then you do these things yourself here in option number two. But again, either way works, right? It just depends on what you want to do. And a lot of people want to get their feet wet, which is cool. They work with a traditional company and get their feet wet. They may not like the culture. They may not like their boss. They may not like the things that the company stands behind, right? But when you're starting out, you do have those options. And that's why it's really critical as well when you're doing your research and you want to get into solar, make sure that you book your solar strategy call so we can give you all the options. A lot of folks are like, I'm like, they're so thankful, and I'm thankful that we're giving you guys value. They're so thankful after the call that we literally shed the light to their questions about this industry. And they find out immediately that, hey, this may not be for me. And a lot of folks say, hey, this is awesome. Now I know my options, okay? Because it's how you structure, it's how you structure your business in the beginning, right? And again, for me personally, I wanted freedom, just like Bruce. I wanted freedom. I wanted to run my own business. I don't want somebody telling me what to do anymore, right? Besides my wife, right? Hopefully she didn't hear that. Right? And she probably did hear it. But anyways, I didn't want to have a boss besides my wife. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have another boss, right? So I wanted to structure my business where I can run my own thing. I didn't have to run it through like all these people. I didn't have to go through all these meetings, and I didn't want to build somebody else's business, basically. Okay. But at the end of the day, either one works. Either one works. It just depends on what you want to do and how you want to structure your business. But for me personally, I would go in the latter part, and I want to build my own. Okay. I want to build my own. And obviously, when you're starting out, you're like, shoot, how do I build my own? And that can be a lot of work, which it is. But with Solar University, our coaching, I become your personal coach. We can help you get there a whole lot faster because we've already been there. We're already doing it. Okay. That's the difference. When someone is already doing it, it's easier to teach you versus when you join a traditional company, guess what's going to happen? Okay. And I'm not bashing traditional company. I'm not bashing new folks in the solar industry, but this is just real talk. When you join a traditional company, I joined, for example, I'm completely new. I get hired on with a traditional company. super excited. Yeah, I'm working for a solar company, right? Okay, James, go train with Billy Bob over there, right? Billy Bob just started 2 weeks ago, but you're going to go train with Billy Bob, right? Got no success in solar. And guess what? I'm going to go train with him or her. Go train with Cheryl over there, right? She started about a week and a half ago. She's a beast, but she's just started. How is somebody going to train me to reach my goals and where I want to be when they just got started last week? And that's the structure right now in solar, right? And I'm not bashing the new folks. You're doing the best that you can. You're getting thrown like other reps to go join you at the door. You're getting other reps to join you at the consultation when you're just learning yourself. But at the end of the day, the key to your success, to expedite your success, is to learn from people that are light years ahead of you, like with Solar University, myself. I'm not saying we know it all. That's not what we're saying. We're just ahead of you. And you want to learn from people ahead of you. And it's going to take an investment of two things. It's going to take an investment of your time, and it's going to take an investment in your finances. It's inevitable, okay? My wife and I, we invest in the coaches. We invest in the training. There's no way we're going to be able to take our business to the next level without that, okay? Just let you guys know. Because a lot of people try to sugarcoat it, right? I'm a self-made millionaire, right? I did it all myself. Yeah, freaking right, right? It's either you're lying or you're lying, okay? Just a heads up, everybody. Just a heads up, okay? It's weird. It's like I don't mess with like crystal balls or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm just gonna use this analogy. It's like as if I got a crystal ball, right? I can see your future, right? I don't mess with that stuff. I'm just using this analogy that because I'm ahead of a lot of you guys, and that's it. It's just I'm further ahead. Okay, I just started this engine, this vehicle before you. And obviously, I'm already ahead of you, right? Just like Waze, right? Well, let me give you the damn. This is kind of just dropped in me. Waze, you guys know the navigational Waze. When you're on that app, what does it do? It tells you if there's any accidents, if there's any cops, if there's any traffic. And guess where it's getting that data from? It's getting from that data from someone that's ahead of you. Okay, it's not someone that's behind you. It's not someone that's driving alongside you. It's getting the data from someone ahead of you. And they're not saying they're any better driver than you are, right? They're not saying that. They're just ahead of you and informing you that these things are on the road. It's the same exact thing. We're telling you so you don't have to get your bumps and bruises. You don't have to put your hands in the fire and find out later that, oh, shoot, it is hot. This fire burns me, right? When I put my hand on the oven, it burns my fingers. Don't need to do that. We can already tell you that it's going to do that. Okay? I mean, that's pretty simplified. But again, I cannot stress this enough, guys. I cannot stress this enough. Get coaching, get mentorship, whether it's with Solar University or other people. Invest in yourself. Think about like how many, my son over here. This is the reason why, I get to work from home. This is the reason why we work so hard, right? This guy just woke up, right? Is being able to share the business and work alongside your family, right? I don't hide this stuff, right? This is the reason why I don't want to work from home. It's these guys, right? There's literally 8 of these guys, right? And finance is great. We all have to make money, but our time with our family, our kids is even more important, right? More because you can make $1 million a day, right? With some of those guys that you guys see online right now. Oh, there's no balance, right? I gotta work. I gotta make millions of dollars and drive my Rolls Royces, and I don't got time for family. That's what my wife does. My wife tends to the family. Don't get me wrong. If that's what you want, I don't want that. I want both, right? I want to make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. I want to drive those Rolls Royces and have these nice, big, fancy homes, but I want to do it alongside my family. And if it's going to sacrifice the time with my family, then that's going to have to go, right? That's going to have to go. Okay. All those lavish things. If you can't do it alongside the people that you're doing it for, then is it really worth it? Okay, guys, is it really worth it? Okay, bud. Love you, bud. Yeah, so that's just my 2 cents. Mini James. Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of those mini ones. There's a whole bunch of those minis. Don't get me wrong, guys. We all got to make money. We all got to run our business. And it's not always like, oh, yeah, you know what? It's nice. You can sit at home and do that stuff, be around your family. But you have to build it. You have to plan it out, right? It didn't happen overnight. I literally haven't worked for anybody for over 2010, 12 years now, right? The plant closed down, the Toyota plant, which is Tesla now in Fremont. That's where I was working, at the Tesla plant in Fremont. Before that, it was Numi, which was a joint venture with Toyota and General Motors. I worked there for 13 years in that assembly plant, right? I was a manager there. And that plant closed down in 2010. You guys can look into it. 2010, that's when it closed. And that ever since 2010, we've been building our life and our business. It wasn't always like this. It wasn't always like hanging out with our friends and family, hanging out at home, right? I'm not trying to preach that this has happened overnight. And I'm not also telling you it's going to take you 12 years. But for us, it was we had to learn it. There was nobody teaching us back then. Online entrepreneurship, coaching, things like that wasn't too popular back then, especially with solar. Okay. Especially with, it was nothing to do with solar back then. We joined courses and things of that nature, hired a coach, and they had nothing to do with solar. And we had to piecemeal everything together. And again, we didn't do this on our own. Okay. First and foremost, it was from our Lord and Savior, right? That's where it started from. It was a vision and his guidance. And then from there, we're just obedient and continued to learn from other people. Okay. Does that make sense, everybody? Thank you, Lewis. Definitely priceless, right? I mean, sometimes we like kick ourselves in the butt. I should have made more money, this, that, and the other. But at the end of the day, even just being able to be around your family, have your time freedom, right? Have your time freedom. Have, some materialistic things in life. You have a roof over your head. You got a car. You got something to eat. And you can be around your family, right? And still do business. And you don't have to go in a cubicle and work there for 10 plus hours a day. I've been there. You guys have probably been there, right? I worked in a warehouse since I was 14 years old, right? Working 8, 10, 12 hours, 15 hours a day. Everybody's been there. But you have to craft that. You have to make that life. You have to decide that, you know what? I want a life where I have more freedom. And I also want to make money. Don't get me wrong. Right. But don't also get caught up, because I get caught up sometimes with these folks on social media. That's why I had to turn my Facebook off. I didn't turn it off. I just deleted it off my phone. Right. Because there's so many people like grind, make money. You don't got time for this and that. You got to focus, just make money. But just work in the office all day, you make millions of dollars. And usually that's all you got to do. Right. If you're not making $1 million a year, you're a loser. Come on now. Are you kidding me? Don't get caught up in that hype. I have. Don't get me wrong. Right. If you can be around your family and have location freedom, time freedom, and you guys are still making good income, whether it's $100,000 a year or $200,000 a year, that's priceless. Just like what Lewis said, that is priceless. Okay, everybody. Charlie, Michael Don, MOD, absolutely. I highly recommend it. Absolutely, right? And those are things that are not so expensive to buy, right? Those are like books and things of that nature will help you grow your business. It's not that expensive. Obviously, you have to apply yourself. You have to read the book and things of that nature. And not only read it, actually implement it. Okay. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you for that, man. All right, everybody. I can literally ramble on and on about solar, about, my family, faith, whatever that may be. I can sit here with you guys and literally just talk all day with you guys. But again, if you haven't scheduled your solar strategy call, like Bruce, right? Book a call, solarstrategycall.com. Okay. Hey, Lewis, book a call with us, man. Book a call. And then you decide, right? I mean, you decide whether or not these other companies or other programs is the best fit for you, right? That's what I always recommend to everybody, right? Because what happens is you can have the best, sales strategies and training, but if you don't resonate with a trainer, you may not get the best out of it, right? So it's just one of those things that understand as well, right? Understand as well your style. Okay, understand your style. My style of educating homeowners, right? Educating homeowners is different than somebody's style which more aggressive salesperson. I'm gonna sell you solar because I'm a closer and I've been selling lemonade to people down my streets and I was 6 years old and I'm a closer. That's not my style, right? If that's your style, which is cool, that's your style, then you may not resonate with our style. Our style is literally educating homeowners and letting you decide based on the information that we give you so you can make an educated decision whether or not solar is for you. And I honestly feel, this is just my personal opinion, that the folks that sell as far as leaning towards educational and being and informing and educating homeowners about the solar options, not the ones that are hardcore closers, are the ones that actually puts glass on rooftops. Okay, listen to what I'm saying. Glass on rooftops, because that's where it matters. So I'm just gonna let the cat out of the bag. The closers, their numbers are high. Like if this was a whiteboard, they're always saying, "Hey, you know what? Mike over here, he has 10 deals a day. 10 deals a day. Look at Mike. Woo, killing it. Mike, you're a beast. You're a killer. Mike, you're a beast." But what you don't see is Mike's install rate over here on this side, right? It's way down at the bottom. Way down at the bottom. Cancellation rate is through the roof. Through the roof. Because he's a closer. But they're gonna motivate you. They're gonna motivate you. Look at Mike over here. Look at Jennifer here. Closer, beast, right? But at the end of the day, they don't understand. Or maybe we don't understand. Don't let them pull a cover over your face, right? Don't put a smoke and mirrors, because the only time we get paid is not here. It's not here. Okay. This number means nothing unless you can translate that number to that side of the board as far as install. Because what you're going to find out is that number here is totally a lot lower on this end because their cancellation rates through the roof. But the folks that are educating homeowners, that they're not so high, right? Their number is not so high. They're like half of the closer. But you can see that these jobs are pulled all the way through this side, right? Glass is getting on rooftops. There's no clawbacks. You know how many people that we got to deal with clawbacks because they're closers. I'm a beast. I'll sell freaking ice to an Eskimo. You know how many clawbacks we're getting? How many cancellations we're getting? How many complaints we're getting? Does this make sense, everybody? That's why it's important, right? It's important to understand, going back, I'm going to tie this back to Lewis, is find the right style for you, right? And again, if that's your style, hardcore closer, just make sure that you also have an educational side of the business. Because again, the folks that are hardcore closers, they just have it in them, right? They're true salespeople. They're true salespeople. They can literally sell ice to Eskimos. So I'm not knocking that. But with solar, though, when you get in this game, when you get in a solar game, it's not like that. It's not about selling ice to Eskimo. It's about educating the Eskimo that, hey, this may not be for you. You have a lot of ice here already, right? Don't be stupid, right, Mr. Eskimo? You already have a lot of ice here. So do you really need more ice or you don't? Because if you need more ice, this is the benefits of my ice, okay? This is the benefits of my ice versus the ice you currently have. And then you educate them why your ice is better than the ice they already have, and they can decide whether or not it's for them, okay? Just a heads up. Okay, just a heads up. And again, it's one of those things that 30% of your business should be coming from referrals. When I used to sell solar back in the day, our quota was 10. Okay. I was in between maybe 12 to 15-ish every single month, right around there. Sometimes a little bit more, but let's just keep it number 10, right? 10 sales. Out of the 10, 3 of those are from referrals. 3 is from referrals. The other 7 was from knocking on doors or cold market or online leads. But 3 out of the 10 that I close every single month were from referrals. And yours should be higher. But this is going to shoot you in the foot when you're twisting arms, don't know how to self-value, right? Or this as well, and it may not even be your fault. You could be the educational type of consultant like me. You could be like, I educate homeowners. I am an educator. I resonate with you, James. I am just like yourself. I let them decide. I give them all the information, and you could be doing that. But what's killing your deals are your installers. Okay, your installers may be killing your deals because they're not following up with homeowners. They're just messing up left and right. They don't know what the heck they're doing. And then now, even though you built a relationship with a homeowner, they know, love, and trust you. And now you just ruin your reputation because the installer that you're working with. That's why it's critical as well to find the right installer. And Solar Pipeline, we do all the vetting for you. I personally do the last vetting call to make sure that we have the right installer in place. And keep in mind, if you're just looking for the lowest red line, I want a 1.90. That 1.90 is going to come with a truck and a truck, and it's going to lose you a lifetime value of how much you should be making. Okay? It's not just a one-time pop right now. Yeah, you may get a lower red line and make an extra $1,000, but if you never get a referral ever again, and this is the problem in this industry right now, right? There's literally the referral rate is really low because either the consultant's screwing it up or the installer's screwing it up to get a referral. Okay? So even if you can close this deal and make $5,000 now or $10,000 now, but the homeowner is pissed, don't like your service, they don't even trust you anymore, you're never going to get a referral in the back end. How about if that homeowner had 3, 4, 5 more friends? And how about that 3 or 4, 5 more friends had 3 or 4, 5 more friends? Now it's exponentially getting referrals. But we don't understand that if we burn a homeowner for whatever reason, whether we do it or if they get burned by our installers, that is affecting our business. Okay? Because again, understanding that 30% of your deals, 3 out of 10 should be coming from your referrals. And if you're not getting any referrals, guess what? Your business is going to struggle. You're going to have to hustle for leads every single month. Hustle and hustle and hustle and hustle for leads, right? You're always going to be looking for more and more and more and more and more and more leads. Does this make sense, everybody? This is real talk, everybody. Okay. So Heather, how would you start a pitch in 2022? What do you mean by how to start a pitch in 2022? You mean 2023? Particularly California doors right now. So you're talking about like NEM 3.0 in 2023, Heather? Awesome. So what I'm going to do, because I haven't knocked doors for the last 7 years, just truth to be honest with you guys. I've been in solar for 8 years. I'm going to give you my story really quick. I've been in the energy industry for the last 10 years. I used to own an energy consulting company and transitioned into solar, I want to say about 8 years ago. In 7 years out of 8 years of solar, I literally haven't stepped foot inside a homeowner's house. Like 8 years ago is when I was knocking doors, okay? I was knocking doors, standing in Home Depots, Leslie Pools, farmers markets, going to those BNI meetings. And my son's looking at me because he hears me say this all the time, right? They literally know my whole background, my whole pitch. So with that said, I wouldn't be able to give you any justice, right? So if any of you guys knock doors right now, reach out to Heather, connect with each other, and teach her how to knock doors as of 2023, right? But it's honestly feel, and I'm going to give you some tips just based on the knowledge that I have and I know. And again, I don't want to give you guys any tips that I don't know, that I don't do myself, right? But if I was to knock on doors right now, especially in California, definitely stressing the urgency, right? Because at the end of the day, homeowners are not going to be interested. Okay, just to let you guys know, right? We have a student right now. I gave her a schedule. You're gonna knock every single day, right? Last week, you knock every single day. I met with her on Friday. Okay, how many days? I knock one day, right? Okay. First and foremost, she didn't hit her target because she only knocked 1 out of 5. And then secondly, she's like, a lot of homeowners not interested. A lot of homeowners like, come back. My husband's not here. Wife's not here. It's not my home. It's my parents' home. Not interested, right? But keep in mind that it's our job to pique that curiosity, okay? This is going to be a higher level. This is going to be like how to, exactly what to say. The folks that are beast at the door, please do me a favor. Reach out to Heather somehow, some way, and give her some pointers in the how to. But I'm going to give you a higher level of understanding this, okay? Because it doesn't matter what your pitch is. You have to have these systems in place. Meaning that when you're at the door, and I got to get going too, guys. I want to respect your time. I got other calls I got to make as well. I'm going to make this really, really, really quick. At the end of the day, knowing that homeowners are not going to be interested right now, what you need to do is you need to capture information. Okay. You need to use a tool like Solar Pipeline. And when you're at the door, because 95% of homeowners are going to say not interested. And in your mind, that just means not right now. Okay. Not interested. Don't like it. Whatever. It's always going to be in your head. Not right now. Okay. Not right now. So, with that being said, knowing that it's not right now, hey, no worries, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Let me get your information so I can send you an electronic flyer. So when you are ready, you're informed. You have more information to make a decision. Is that cool? What's your email address again, Heather? Boom, 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 boom. You put them in a software like Solar Pipeline. You send them out electronic flyers. And guess what? Guess what you just did? Guess what you just did? You just got a lead. It's not the hottest lead, right? Because leads are in categories, right? Again, I could talk here all day, guys. Leads are in different categories, right? Whether they're completely cold, or that lead is a little bit warmer, or the lead is super hot, which is like a referral or a friend or family, or the hot ones, right? So they're cold. But since you're at the door anyway, why not waste your time, right? Why waste your time if you're already at the door? Might as well capture their information. Does that make sense? You should be a information gatherer. You're capturing all their email addresses, phone numbers, as much as you can, so you can send them information. Okay? But you need a tool to do that. Solar Pipeline can help you do that when you're sending out electronic flyers. And now you have a list of homeowners that you send electronic flyers out to, because again, your time at the door is the most expensive time you have, right? Hey, hold on one second, okay? These guys are arguing about an iPad. You two need to go over there, please. So with that being said, if understanding that your time is the most important and expensive commodity that you own, then I'm going to do whatever I can to be as efficient as I can at the door. Okay, and I'll talk about this a little bit more on Friday, tomorrow, actually. Okay, and I'm going to touch a little bit more on this tomorrow. Okay, but again, at a higher level, no matter what your pitch is, right? So I didn't go over the pitch, but those systems have to be in place. Okay, you need a machine that can capture homeowners' information, just like if you ran an ad, right? When you run an ad, you're capturing information, right? Somebody's opting in, right? And capturing information. So that doesn't change when you're at the door. When I'm at the door, I'm capturing information. Some of those are going to be cold, right? Ice cold. Some of that's going to be a little bit warmer. Some of that's going to be warm. And some of that's going to be hotter. Does that make sense, everybody? But everyone's just trying to hit it out the park. Okay? Everyone's trying to just hit it out the park and just find the one that's going to give you the bill and it's going to set up the consultation. Ideally, that's what you want to do. But if you're playing the long game and understand how to run a business, because again, they're not teaching you this at the office, right? It's literally go set more appointments, and they're not teaching you the long game. Okay? We teach you not only to make profit now, but the long game. Okay? Because you need to have a long game as well. Just like when you play golf, anybody that plays golf here, you guys understand there's a short game and there's a long game. Long game is you're driving, right? You want to drive the ball as far as you can. And after you're driving is a short game, right? So there's two things in business here when you're marketing at the door. What is your long game plan? And what is the short game plan? Does that make sense, everybody? That's all I got for today. I literally can sit here for hours with you guys, and I would love to, right? I would love to, but I gotta get to work too, right? I got business to attend to as well. Okay, so hopefully you guys got some value from that, right? Give me some likes. Can you even do thumbs ups here? I'm not sure. I know you could do that like on Facebook Live and stuff like that. And if you guys are watching me on this live or a replay, follow me on TikTok as well. Okay, guys, I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers. So I can go live there as well. So do me a favor, follow me on TikTok, James the Energy Expert, right? Follow me on TikTok, please, if you haven't done so already. And Charlie, I saw you over there. Thank you. Thanks for the follow, All right. Other than that, you guys have all an amazing day. Share this live stream with people. Let your colleagues know. This is I'm not trying to recruit you guys, right? I'm giving you guys literally the answers to what you guys are looking for. So make sure if you have colleagues, share my channel, James the Energy Expert, so they can get notified when I'm live as well. Okay, everybody? Other than that, you guys have an amazing day. You guys go out there and go kill it. Peace out, everybody.